How are y'all? I'm tired. I want to say hi to you all. I hope you're doing good or better. I've been watching your videos and things and trying to see what's going on, and haven't had a lot of time to comment. What I've been doing is singing here and there when I can, because it's really hard, with autism and things, and it's takes up a lot of your time, and I'm beat from all the years. I'm beat. I'm just beat. It takes a lot of mental energy, physical energy. The mental is thinking, how to set things up or do things. It's constant to keep the peace. So a lot of times what I'll do is, since my life feels so stressful, and I really believe it is, I'll try to sing or do that, and then I even get pissed at myself because I'll sometimes try 3 times or 4, and it don't sound right or something, and I get myself more stressed, so I don't know. I don't think I really have a point to this video, but just to say that, the things you do to try to get away from the everyday stuff, the stressful things, and then when you try to go do other things, it's still stressful. And you screw up. It can't be, you're not calm enough to be able to do it, and it's hard to let loose, and it's, especially when you were trained as a kid to not tell anybody anything. That's how my dad was. You don't tell anybody your business. But that wasn't possible when I had a kid, so there were so many things that were so different from the way I grew up that there was it was impossible not to tell somebody what was going on and why things were happening the way they were happening. So I basically my point is that I'm still having a hard time, and my son's 22, and I'm still having a hard time because every day is constant. It's usually like every 15 minutes or a half hour. If there's only me and him around, I could get away with a little more time to myself, but when more people are around, it'll get to the point where you can't do anything. So it's because there's too much commotion and stuff. So it's hard. What kind of coffee are you having? Mine's just Maxwell House. The Colombian's pretty good, but it seems like after you open the can, it goes, it seems like it just gets bad in like 2 days. You know what I mean? It just seems like it gets stale or something. It doesn't taste as good. Just like right now, I'm nervous when I'm doing this video and I have to have a cigarette, so I don't know. That's my second coffee, but I've been up a while, but we're on the schedule probably, well, we didn't get to bed till 5 a.m. and we're up at 11:30. It's because I keep trying to set the alarm to keep it the same time, even no matter what time you go to bed, but we got off a little bit on the weekend, so that's what I'm saying. And it's like, so then you're waking up later in the day, and you're just so unbalanced, and it's been this way 22 years, so it's really hard too after you've been in the certain pattern for all these years. It's like and the stress and everything else, like how do you get out of it, you know? So the few things that I do is I try to sing on Shmuel. I watch YouTube videos. Sure, a lot of you do. My brother said he doesn't at all, which is kind of weird. I thought everybody did. So, you know, sometimes if you go to share anything, like a couple times I went to go share something to my dad, which, because I try to communicate with him, which he doesn't talk to me. And then my mom isn't around because she passed away from that accidental overdose, and almost 4 years now. So, you know, my dad will say, well, I can't click the link, or he'll say, I don't have internet service, or he'll give me all these lies for real. When you have a cell phone, a lot of times you do have a phone number people could call. So if I could call his phone number, that means he has internet. So, you know, so it's lies. It's lies. But anyway, it's hard going through life when you have lots of problems for all these years and not have anybody. And a lot of the reasons why you don't have anybody is because when your life is constantly stressful and you have constant problems, you know, people don't want to deal with that. They don't know what to say. They don't want to deal with that. They just want to go on with their life, and they like to enjoy themselves and do things. Well, doesn't everybody? You know, and I don't blame them, but you know, I don't mean to bring people down either, but when you don't have anybody to talk to, makes it even harder. So yeah. So what sometimes you do is when you're just have a hard life your whole life, or you are still having the hard life, whatever, sometimes you'll drink beers, or maybe people smoke weed, or do other things. And I'm not saying it's right, but if there's a chance where you don't have medical insurance, or you know, you self-medicate. I'm gonna pause it for a minute. Okay, I think I'm back now, and I lit another cigarette. So that's what happens. That's what happens. But I do it to relax, is what I do. And I don't feel that I have a problem with it, because I always have to be on guard, and I always have to be around for the next thing that's going to happen, or the blowout, or the issues. There's so many issues, like maybe somebody will say something to him online, or he's hungry, or, you know, things. So, and he's not totally able to do all this by himself, and that is a worry that I have these days, because how am I supposed to teach him? And then when you feel your health is getting bad, you start worrying, like, you know, I'm not going to be around long, or and then what the hell's he going to do? I mean, you know, things like this. And so it just brings on more worries and more worries. So that's why I have some beers once in a while. I'm not lucky with, you know, smoking other things, because I don't know, it gets me really, really messed up. And people say it's different these days, and maybe it is. But I remember when I tried to do that, and then I went to school. Oh my God, I got an E on my math test when I always got the A's in the math. English and science, well, I did okay in science, but English and history were really, really hard for me. But I would fail. So it's like, I believe I have ADHD, and they did give me medicine for it before, but the problem is that it kept, the Stratera, isn't that the one that didn't have the stimulant or whatever? That gave me headaches really bad. 2 hours after I took it, I would just, massive headache. The other ones, actually just, I don't know. They made me more hyper, which is so weird. I don't even know how to explain it, but, you know, so that just couldn't happen. But anyway, I'm getting way lost here. That's what happens when you'll talk like that, and I'll go back and forth, because I get confused. I have a hard time concentrating and a hard time staying calm because you never know when the next thing's going to happen. And, you know, a lot of times if you would go into a doctor and, they'd probably say it's, you know, well, I have generalized anxiety disorder, and they would just probably blame it on that. But the truth about it is my lifestyle and the way I live is really hectic. So it's like, you know, when people are in certain environments, that's the way they're going to be. So I don't believe that medicine's completely going to help, and although it helped me a little probably, but even when I was on the Zoloft, and the Trileptal did help, it was a mood stabilizer, that did help, but I don't know, right now I don't have a way to get to the doctor and everything, so I'm lucky to even get there for my vertigo. But when you don't have people, you know, and I don't have any family left. My mom has a sister. I think I told you guys this before. She lives further away, and my dad's side we just never talked to, and then my mom's two sisters died, so, and my mom died, so, you know, that leaves my dad and my brother, which never talked to me because the divorce that my mom and dad went through, so my dad didn't talk to me in 10 years, and me and my brother hardly get along, and the last few calls, yeah, kind of. But that's with me not having a problem. That's with me not questioning anything. That's with me just yeah, or listening. So it's been rough, and it's still rough. So basically, when I come on YouTube, sometimes, you know, if I'm in this emotional state like this, it's hard for me unless I watch something that's funny, or somebody maybe doing their art, or, you know, making things, but otherwise, if it's kind of drama or stress, it's hard for me. And I really like to help people. I really like to give ideas and help people and stuff, and just I find it hard to do that because each day I'm just getting more and more tired because my life is so stressful. And so I tried to go get these, but they make me sick in my head. So I have our vertigo already, and then it made my vertigo a little worse, but we'll see. I don't know. They're expensive too. 5 of them for $8.99. I mean, that's effing crazy. If you asked me, I could have bought a 12-pack of beer. Not really, but almost. I mean, that's stupid though. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I'm not, and I never really used to drink until my mom died 4 years ago, so in August. And I couldn't because I had a job that I had to drive all the time, and I had to be up at night, and plus I had to take care of my kid, and plus all the other things in between, like the food, and I would be stopping at the Walmart. I mean, these days, God, I'd be stopping at the Walmart at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like just for 15 minutes before a couple of the other houses I would deliver to, and I was always like, and then I had a thing between my routes where it would be from like 5:30 to 6, sometimes 6, and I'd run in for 15 minutes just to get this dollar bread, you know, at the Walmart, because it's a real big long sub bun thing for $1, man. Like that bread where a lot of times you could go in and get it hot, but this would be not hot. It would be like a day old, but they would have it for $1. So I mean, you could really eat a lot of bread off that for $1. So it was really worth it. And then I'd get a few and freeze them, but my life is always constantly like that. It's always hectic, and it's always something, and it's always this and that, and it never ends. And it's like my brain can't function anymore as I get older. You know, it can't do it that much. So, you know, I'm having a hard time. So a lot of times, it takes me a little while to get to the videos and stuff, and it takes me a little while, and then sometimes I just don't know what to say. It's like I'm running out of ideas. I mean, just for everything, and I want to say so much and be involved, and then, I don't know, I have that thing come in me, like, you know, my dad saying, oh, you don't, he never wanted me to get involved with anybody or anything. I believe that's when my mom divorced him. So, there's a lot of different issues. And then, so then when you finally get out there and you're finally trying to do stuff for yourself, it's like you can't even frickin' do that either. So, you know, it's just a really big, hard thing. But when I have a couple beers, then I can, because I relax more. And I wish I could have one now, just one. It's like I need one. Because I do, because it calms me down. And that Xanax and that Klonopin, and the Klonopin doesn't kick in for like 2.5 hours. The Xanax hits you more instantly in half an hour, but it seems like the come down, the Klonopin to me seemed more addicting than the Xanax, and they were not giving my mom Xanax anymore. They say it's addicting. Well, every time the Klonopin would come up for you to take it, it would be exactly like 4 to 6 hours before you were supposed to take it again, because I wasn't taking one a day. You know, they should have gave me more than that, but whatever. That's what I liked about the Xanax, because the Xanax you could do like 3 times a day, but then the Klonopin, they only wanted me to do it once, but I thought they could probably do it to me twice. That's so stupid, because it would be like before it ran out, 6 hours before I was needing it. And when you need it, you're getting like I am right now, where you almost feel like you need that beer, okay? So the pills are just addicting as the frickin' beer, okay? So I just wish I could live with it all. And my main problem is my cigarettes. I don't know if ever that could ever change, so I'm dead serious. Well, it will when I get to the point where I can't even frickin' breathe anymore, which is almost there. It will. It will, so. I know there will be a day I probably will quit, because I'll have to quit, that's why. So, you know, that's usually how it goes. But anyway, in the meantime, I've been singing all the stuff, and I don't know, it's really cool, because I like it when we could go sing and be goofy and stuff. And a lot of other people out there like competition, and I hate feeling that under pressure thing. You know, I just can't stand it. I just like to sing and not even worry about it. And that's what I just wish I could do. You know? I wish I could do that with everything. Just live and don't worry about it. There's always some stipulations or some things that you can't do, you can't say, you can't, you know, and it just makes me nuts. So, it just gets me nuts. It gets me so damn nuts. Alright, well, I probably should end this video, and I just want you guys all to know that I've been watching your videos and stuff, and I'll push like once in a while, but I haven't been commenting much, and because I'm going through this crap in my head, like especially this dream that came through. If I told you real quick, it's real short because it never really finished. And every dream that I have is always from where I lived as a kid, and I never have a dream about this house. And I never have a dream about the apartments I was in, and I never have a dream about the mobile home I was in, and even the old house that we were at. I think I had a few of the old house that we had. But, okay, so anyway, you know, all the stuff that's going on in the world, the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter and all this stuff. Well, and then it fits into when I was younger, because I used to have these dreams too before any of this even happened. I mean, this is back when I'm 10 years old, so that's like 30 years ago. Wait, 37. Yeah, 37 years ago, I would have dreams of half man, half bat. I would have, you know, coming up the stairs, half man, half bat, and all kinds of stuff, and just things, and I had to be on medicine for that, but, so anyway, with all the stuff going on in the world, I had this dream. Supposedly, in my mind, they were Antifa, and they came in, one day, and at my old house, when I was younger, that we had a garage, but it was 2-car. Okay, so anyway, Antifa came in, and they were in the garage, and they just made it into their own space. as you're in the house, and you're sitting there eventually thinking in your mind, they're gonna come into the house too. They're gonna take the house over too, because why would they just live in the garage and not take over your house? I mean, I don't know. It's so crazy. So anyway, we had this little pool up, because here we have a little pool, and what they did was they took our pool down, which pissed me off in my dream. You know, this is stupid. And they took our pool down, and then they put up a really bigger one, but it's only one of those little blue rubbery things. You know, it's not like one with those sidewalls or anything. And so then their pool was like way bigger, and I'm like, here you go. They were taking the garage over, now they're taking the yard over. They're going to come into the house. Well, eventually they did come in, but they didn't kick us out yet. And they were changing everything, and next thing you know, it turned into this really strange house that had this really upstairs, and it was all wood, and it was nice, but there's more than I could tell you about dreams I had when I was younger. So see, these same kind of things are popping up as in today's dreams, and they just don't go away. So anyway, it was all wood and everything, and they're setting up the places that the people would sleep, and they were putting in all these cool things. They had lots of money and everything, and they even had these things where you could, you know, pull down like those bar things and everything that you could get drinks out of, and I don't know. It was just all crazy. And then what happened is the dream ended, so I really don't know. We never got kicked out. We never lost it completely, but I could just imagine, because that's where it was heading, because they were pushing us out. They were pushing us out. So, you know, and then I could see it as clear as day. I could actually probably draw a picture of it. So, which, you know, be a little cheap picture, but, you know, I mean, it's just, that shit that gets in your mind and the everyday things that you live, it just don't never go away. So, I don't think any pill is going to help that go away. I don't think that, you know, unless what they would think that my nervous state, if they calm me down a lot, then maybe I'd be in a more calmer state, and then I wouldn't dream. I really don't think so, because this shit's been in me like just for so many years. So, you know, the thoughts and the stuff you've lived and the things that people said to you, and the you know what I'm saying? It's not going to take away what already happened. So why do you need the medicine? Although then the same thing I think about the beer kind of does. See, I'm different. I could drink the beer and I laugh my ass off. I see other people, they drink it and they can't control it, and they just get so pissed, and they're beating people up, and they're doing. I'm not like that. I've never been. Even when I used to have a couple as a kid when we were teenagers, it was always, I was laughing. I don't know. It just relaxes me and makes me laugh. I just, so whatever. But yeah, it's making me gain weight and everything else. And so anyway, that's what I've been doing. So hope you, I wish I could have been more funny and laughed at it. And, you know, I mean, it is funny if you think about it in a way, because the reason why it's funny is because it's not funny. That's why it's fun, because it's not funny. Okay, have a good day. I think it's, Monday. And thanks for watching and listening, and I'll be seeing you at your videos, and I hope you get better, and I hope you're doing well. And if you're not doing good and you're all stressed out and nervous like me all the time, I hope that you can find some ways to blow off your steam or get your mind off things. So, like doing schmeal. Okay, love you. Thanks for listening. Bye.